All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and others, great millstone who root and teach well. Wa Barakathum, unto the hopeful elect. All right, now today through the Spirit, I'm going to a video response to this article right here. And this is December 21st, 2023. So it's pretty recent. All right. It was yesterday. And it's talking about British priests rebel over Vatican, with the Momo agenda being pushed out. You see? So these so-called priests, so-called Roman Catholic priests and stuff, man, they're supposed to be, pushing forth righteousness and, you see what they're pushing out, though. You see what was being allowed. All right? You see what's being allowed over here. And these so-called priests are, a lot of these, they're nothing but Edomites, man. You see? And they're supposed to be the holy people. But the scriptures speak on how, because they proclaim that they're fulfilling the prophecies in Jeremiah, but the scriptures speak on how when Zion gets put in their land and when we fulfill those prophecies, then righteousness is going to go forth out of us, not wickedness like this here. You see? Because right now the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. And this is what you see. The priests are blessing that, which is an abomination unto the Lord when you deal with the scriptures. Okay? Now, really, a marriage is like a covenant, and that covenant happens through the act of sex. But the two of the same things can't have sex. Let's go here real quick. Let me see. I think it's 20. All right, let's see. This is Leviticus 20, because this goes into the illicit sexual acts, which are the fornications, which really, a lot of times when it's speaking about fornication, it's talking about adultery. But ultimately, one of the definitions is illicit sexual acts. And that's what this chapter goes into in Leviticus 20. The things that are not lawful when you deal with sex. All right, now let's go here. This Leviticus 20 and 13. It says, if a man lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay, so that's an abomination, detestable, and that's worthy of death. So if these so-called small hats was really the people, they wouldn't allow this to happen. You see, and then it goes into bestiality, and it goes to adultery, incest, and so on and so forth. But if they were the true people, they wouldn't allow this to happen. But this just proves the scriptures right here. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 16. When the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes, but the godly shall live to see their downfall. You see, so you see things like that, like the so-called priests are blessing marriages of the same thing being with each other. You see, which proves we're in where? Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Let's get this. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You see, now the wicked is the so-called white man. And it's one of the top tribes of the so-called white men are their small hats. And that's what those priests are, small hats. Or so-called JEWs. You see? but they're nothing but hypocrites. You see, because a priest is supposed to a priest is supposed to abide by the law, statutes, and commandments, by the scriptures, the word. They're not abiding by the word. You see? Let's go here. This is Isaiah chapter 2, because this is one precept that shows what happened when the Lord, you know what I'm saying, returns and sets back up his people, sets back up his government. This is Isaiah chapter 2, and I'm going to get verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days, so in the latter days, all right, it says that the mountain of Yahweh Bashem Shai's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. So the Lord's government, you see? It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. All nations are going to bow down. You see? So this is part of the prophecy, but let's read on though. Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go to the mountain of Yahweh Bashem Shai, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For this is the point right here. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the word of Yahweh Bashem Shai from Jerusalem. So they're not. This is not being fulfilled. This is not being fulfilled by the small hatters, which prove they're not the true JEWs, man. You see, when the Lord sets us up in our land, righteousness is gonna go forth out of Zion, out of all the 12 tribes. You see, so this is not gonna be allowed when the Lord sets up his kingdom. Right now, let's get some precepts on the madness we just saw. And then you had a little freaky stuff going on in the Senate and all that. See, this is proving that this is the earth is given to the hand of Esau Edom. It says when the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes. That's what we see happening. All right, let's continue on, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, matter of fact, let's get it NLT. It says, later, Yahweh Bashem Shai condemned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and turned them into heaps and ashes. He made them an example of what will happen to ungodly people. Right? So Sodom and Gomorrah was an example. Now, what do we see in this current age of Esau right now? The same philosophies and ideologies of Sodom and Gomorrah is being pushed out. So the Lord is gonna make an example out of this place, because this place is going worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Verse 7, it says, and delivered. But matter of fact, let's get an NLT. But Yahweh Bashem Shai rescued Lot out of Sodom because he was a righteous man who was sick of the shameful immorality of the wicked people around him. You see? So that's what's happening now. The Lord is going to deliver his elect who are sighing and crying for this wicked and evil world we're in right now. Okay, let me grab this real quick. Because the Lord made an example out of Sodom and Gomorrah, but this place is worse. Let's go here. I clicked the wrong one. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 5. And it's speaking about Babylon, that great city, America. It says, and upon her forehead was her name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great. You see? This place is confusion. That's what Babel means. And it says mystery. You see, because the Lord had to reveal, what this place truly is. It says the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So it births all these different abominations. So these detestable things like we just read. And then even it says of harlots. Because what's happening? What does America push out? Whoredom, spiritual fornication, and what else? Actual fornication. There's no judgment for committing adultery. You see, so we're in America is, guess what? America is the head nation of this beast. And these places like where we just went into, the Vatican, all these places, they're following the ideologies of this great whore. You see, this Esau during his rulership, he's spread out his wickedness and evil everywhere. So that's why you see the article, like we just saw in the article. They're blessing that they just pushed that where they're blessing these different relationships, man. You see? Before you know it, they're going to be saying that a transformer can teach or be a priest. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. So it's really on the NLT it says Jerusalem, but this is talking about America when you go into the context of this chapter. You see, because that great city it calls Babylon the Great. You see, because ultimately when you look at it right here, it says in their bodies in the NLT and their bodies will lie in the main street of Jerusalem. The way you can look at that is Jerusalem is a people before a place. You see. But ultimately, they're going to be in a city, a place of America. That's why when you read this prophecy, it goes to 3 days and a half. This is talking about in that land of America. But let me continue on. It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So it comes in the same spirit or vibration of Sodom and Egypt. You see? So that's why you see stuff like this being pushed out. And America's the head nation, and all these other nations are following. So that's why stuff like this is being pushed right here. You see, a priest is blessing this. Okay? Approving stuff like this. But this is not according to the scriptures, which proves that they're not the people. You see? It says Pope has taken steps to make the church more welcoming to the alphabet without contradicting the faith's moral doctrine. What it already does contradict the doctrine. We just read it. But this proves they're not the true people, man. And it proves that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked right now. You see? But anyways, Lord willing, this was edifying. I like to end it off by saying, Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakak Wadash, the bonus to the apostle elders, great millstone, who rule teach well. Shalom.